What is up, everyone? We are back. Somebody just fell next to me. My name is Richie, Rich Dog Goreski. I'm here with my co-host.
Yo, it's me, Aleks, the funny guy.
I am Aleks as well. Thank you for joining us tonight. Let's discuss Survivor Wisconsin.
Yeah, we are. Okay, you're going to steal my job already when I've been 25 seconds
Good.
in.
Let's change roles.
Okay, let me.
This motherfucker, he always thinks that I'm stealing his job. I'm just trying to segue.
You know what? Okay, jokes aside.
We're not even a minute in and he's got the bat.
We are here to talk to you today about the third episode of Survivor Wisconsin's 8th season, Calm versus Chaos. A very short, but a lot of fun stuff within this episode in general.
But yeah, welcome back to the Early Birds podcast.
Yeah, Early Birds podcast.
After the show.
The show after the show. We're like the Talking Dead, if you've seen that Family Guy kind of way. That's like what we basically are.
The show after the show, where we discuss everything about the previous episode, aka episode 3.
Yeah, I don't think I will say this time I won't be doing the hats or glasses thing because I don't think management found that original. So
exactly. AKA, I'm management now.
Like hell you are. I've been doing this shit since 2020. The hell you're management. I'm okay, you know what? We'll discuss this later. I think we should get right into the episode. Management's not gonna like I said some of that. Okay, jokes aside, let's get right into the episode. So it's a pretty quick start to the episode. And by the way, one quick thing I want to say, if you guys haven't seen this episode and haven't seen past episodes, go watch the episodes. Go watch it. Yeah, like Steib, me and Steib are the same thing.
Right fucking now.
Right, go watch them and come back. This episode's so short.
Fucking now.
Go to your room and watch those old episodes right now.
Go to your room.
Take a 30-minute break and watch the episode.
Grounded until you watch them.
So says the Chaos Chief.
Jokes aside, and we have a lot of fun past seasons as well. So go watch a lot of our past seasons, a lot of our past stuff. And there actually is one thing I just realized I forgot to mention that Devin wanted us to share. So we are now Idol Identifiers, a channel that all of this is aired on. We are now at 200 subscribers. We want to thank all of you guys who have subscribed to us in the past or now or whenever you have.
Yes.
Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being with us. We are very, very happy that you subscribe to us and that you guys watch our channels and our content. I cannot speak today. He said, don't tell me what to do for watching the videos.
Fair enough.
I
can't force you.
But yeah, no, we're very glad you guys are all here. We can't wait to answer your questions, talk about all the stuff. Now, there's not really much pre-tribal content or pre-challenge content because we kind of go right into the immunity challenge, which is womp womp, nothing because you're all going to tribal council. It's a double tribal twist pre-merge that we haven't seen since Survivor Wisconsin's first season, which was when we kind of started our new era of our Survivor series. I believe we've only done it pre-merge. I believe this might actually be the third time, I believe. From like a specific pre-merge double tribal. I believe it might be only the third time we've ever done this in our series. Because I know I was involved in it in Legends, so I'll just say a quick bit about it. In terms of the double tribal, it definitely puts a lot of stress on you because you're called all the way out there. You think, I have a chance to compete in the challenge, and then all of a sudden, like, whoop, womp womp, you don't get anything. You have to go right to tribal. So being someone who almost got voted out at a double tribal in Legends, it is very anxiety-inducing. And I will say again, Christian, it was not necessary to make that move because I was with you regardless, but he disagrees. So let's move on. Aleks, Steib, what did you think about this twist as a whole before we get into each tribe's shenanigans before the vote?
I'll give Steib the floor on this one.
Okay. It's certainly quite the twist in a season that promised to be chaotic. And it's quite polarizing as we're seeing in the chat right now. We got Richard in the chat. Shout out to Richard for being here. Shout out to all y'all for being here. He says, did not like this twist. And I think that's pretty fair considering the results of the twist. And we'll get to those. But yeah, Yamil says, I remember when that got announced, my jaw dropped. Yeah, that's absolutely fair because it was one of those moments where everything just completely is thrown out of order, and you got to really work in an incredibly short window to try and secure your spot in this game. Yeah, it was a big twist.
Yeah, to bounce off Steib, it fits the theme of the season, calm versus chaos. And this was in our script from the very beginning. This wasn't just like a out of the blue, like, oh, we're running low on time or anything like that, so we have to do a double. No, this has been in the script since like June, since he made the script basically. So it's been in the script for a while, and we thought, hey, what if we do a quick double tribal and see what happens. And we'll get more into it, of course, but like I do think it's a good a good twist for a season like this. So that's just my take on it. Again, there's a lot of bias in the chat right now, which is kind of funny to see, but it happens.
Right. When I was laughing at some of those comments when I was drinking my water bottle and I chipped my tooth on my like I hit my tooth against my water bottle by mistake. So I was like, oh, that is really funny. Yeah, I was like funny, and I'm like, ow. Like, of course,
I do agree with Richard kind of being like, yeah, we could have given him like 2 minutes or like 3 minutes to talk with them right before tribal, I guess.
Maybe it was a little too quick.
Yeah.
Well, I will say this way. I believe that when I had the double tribal in Legends, we didn't get any time either. I think the only time we got was like slightly running back up to our tribe. If I recall correctly, it was we ran back up because I was on the upstairs tribe of that manor we had. And we had less than I don't even think we had time to talk if I recall correctly. I know Wisconsin, I think they gave them like, I forgot if they gave him time. I think they did give him like a little bit of time to talk, I think. But I don't know. I do like double tribals. I just don't like double tribals when I am playing, because then that is more anxiety that I will have to deal with. That's more that I have to deal with. No, half jokes aside. Double tribals are super fun. And obviously, like, having them every season would probably make it very predictable that it's going to happen at some point. Like when I hosted the Survivor Series I used to do at St. Norbert, I had like double tribals like every season, at least one double tribal every season. And then everyone at one point started to predict like, oh, he's just going to try to have it at one point. So when is it going to be? And I tried to change it, but they would eventually figure it out. So every season it would make it, having it every season makes it predictable. But once in a blue moon, like when you do it and they don't expect it, it's just so much fun. Sorry, I babbled on a little bit longer. Anything else you guys want to say before we go into the pre-tribal content?
Just the only thing is like, yeah, it was pretty funny seeing everybody's like mouth just drop. Like, oh my gosh, no way, a double tribal this early on. But yeah, it was a good little twist, and I guess we could totally, spin a little bit to like where they at least have like 3 or 4 minutes to talk before, because it is just jumping right into another one for Pink, of course. But then they did have time to talk for on Vevesi, the yellow tribe.
Yeah, I feel like that was more so because they were the ones that had to walk through. I feel like it almost could have been like
they also one last challenge, so they did have tighter bonds, which makes
they did have.
They could have been forming more better bonds while waiting for the next challenge.
Jamil says, I think we should have had spun the wheel again. And if it was calm, we had some time to talk before both tribes had developed chaos, then it would have played how it did in the episode. That's actually that's really cool, actually. That's a really good idea.
That would have been a good little addition to the twist.
Right, yeah, that would have been a really good idea, actually. I don't know why none of us actually thought of it. That's a really good idea.
Maybe for future.
Yeah, we'll have to keep that in mind.
Yeah, but like that, we'd have basically like a coin flip then, if we're doing like a kind of double tribal with like, because we can't just have the wheel be like calm.
Well, I was about to make a joke, say calm.
Obviously.
Okay.
But it could be like a coin flip and be like heads lands on, instant tribal, or tails lands, you get like 4 minutes to talk before double. But yeah,
Yeah. So I think we should, unless you guys have anything else you want to say, I think we should move on to the quick mini content we get at Vevesi before tribal as they're walking back. Vevesi, pre-tribal council, I just call it pre-tribal, but there's like not much. I mean, they're all walking back. Richard and Quentin, we kind of get a mini follow-up of them, kind of talking to each other about who they want to vote for. There's not really much we hear from them about it. However, I was able to get some content of the others where Jimmy kind of wrangles up Nolan, Sam, and Vince, I believe, if I recall correctly, to go after Richard. I think Tony was around there. No, Tony. I think Tony might have been right behind or right in front of them. I forget, but I know he was trying to wrangle in Nolan, Sam, and Vince to vote with them against Richard, as had already been the outcast of their tribe at that point. Really not much we even see, and we'll talk about Vevesi and their tribal council first, and then we'll kind of go into Filemu like they did in the episode. I don't think there's really that much to talk about with here, unless there's something you guys want to specifically talk about in regards to.
Just one thing I found interesting that Jimmy was like the first one to point out, like it's gonna be one of those two pointing to Richard or Quinn. So that was just kind of interesting to see, like, because it looks like he's kind of leading the charge right now with that tribe.
Yeah, and it's very interesting because at the end of the day, somebody's got to go, and somebody's going to make that push to get somebody out of there. And yeah, it seemed like Jimmy was able to work his magic.
Yeah. So is there anything you guys want to say before we head to Vevesi's tribal council, or?
There wasn't a lot really to talk about, really.
Yeah, this might be a shorter breakdown.
Yeah.
Well,
really short breakdown.
I can make it a long time, guys. Actually, I should not have held it like that. Okay, we're just gonna go with tribal council now. So tribal council, I don't think there's a lot of talks going on. I don't think there's really much. No, I don't want to say there's nothing notable that happens at that tribal council for Vevesi. Fun episode. It was a fun episode. A fun
little short episode.
What do you say?
A fun little short episode, you know.
Yeah, it was a short episode, but double the trouble.
Double the chaos.
Double trouble.
Mm-hmm.
No, actually, I can't say that Family Guy joke on live. I'm gonna
get because a lot of people, when they were asked questions, were kind of, kind of being, like, oh, it's still,
a lot of non-answers.
It's kind of like bluffing a little bit, because I think they all knew who they were going for, and
right, but they didn't want to really outright say it, because then if you say who it is out loud like that, if they happen to have an aisle,
because they're their first vote off, it was two names popping up, so it was like, take one name out, who's the other name, there you go.
Right.
So
right, I mean,
and see also with the next vote off as well.
If they were wanting to get rid of Quentin or Richard, actually, I'll talk about this after. I'll talk about this part after the Is there anything we really want to talk about before we get to the vote off?
There's a comment by Richard.
Yeah, you can say it.
Well, highlight it, dude. You have
I
pull it up on the big screen.
I thought you meant he made it in the game. Sorry, I missed that for some reason.
Okay.
We were talking behind. Richard says we were talking behind each other's backs on the table. First name I heard was Tony on the walk back.
There you go.
I actually did not know that. Okay, I'm actually glad. I thought you meant
like that.
I thought you meant in the game, like a tribal council. I didn't see Richard made a comment. It took a minute for my computer to load it up, so that's my bad. HP computer is such a great computer, isn't it, guys?
I can relate.
I'm trying to be really nice to you this time.
Yeah, let's try.
Okay, tribal vote reveal number 3. Actually, before we get to that, Jamil says, I think Hugh and Richard's downfalls for this.
Yeah. That's a good take.
Safety numbers are key since you have no time to talk. Well, we never know about what happens. One of them could make it back in the game. Should, in terms of like Richard at least. So.
Yeah, but I do see where Jamil's coming from. Those who were in the front of that little pack walking back to tribal.
Yeah, I will say that was not the smartest idea. They should have.
Yeah, because it was them two, and then it was the pack of Nolan, Jimmy, and Vincent, and then behind them was like Tony, and so it did kind of unironically fell on them because they were too fast of walkers probably. So.
Yeah. Devin says, feel like Richard was a plan to go next, regardless based on the first. Yeah. I've been saying that the last couple episodes that and we'll get to that in just a quick second, because the next person voted off of Vevesi, 5-2 votes. Richard is the third person voted off of Calm versus Chaos, which kind of alludes back to what we were just talking about with this. Devin, kind of like it's the last couple episodes, Richard had such a big target for just claiming that he had never seen Survivor, but then he went all the way up to Wisconsin from Florida for it, or Jersey, or whatever the hell it was. I heard like Florida, and then I heard Jersey at one point, so I'm not sure. I'm probably just lined up in number usual. But anyways, it's a different story. But it definitely was a bit of a surprise for some people to kind of hear about how Quentin was the other vote. And then after that tribal, there's a quick clip of them talking to me like, oh, like what the hell happened? Like, like Sam's kind of confused at why he got 2 votes. So, well, the chat is like,
no, I will give, Sam some credit. He held on to that idol because he, usually when you hear double tribals, like, oh crap, I get no time to discuss. What?
They didn't show it because the confessionals weren't aired last episode because of the audio, so they didn't really talk about that yet.
He already leaked it in chat anyway, so it's not like. But yeah, he held on to his advantage.
Yeah.
So
advantage idol. He held on to his thingy.
Yeah, his
game thingy.
So we all
hold
on to our thingies, don't we?
You hear, instant tribal, you hear like, oh crap, I do have some kind of advantage. That I might have to use it now. And we kind of see it into the other tribal as well. We'll talk more about it. But I do give credit to Sam for holding on to it, because if I had some power in the game, I would probably use it there, just because who knows what happens. But I do hear that, Richard was like the consensus vote, so fair, but like,
right. For me, if I had an idol and I was in a situation, I would have said, hell with it, play it anyways. Like, that's my motto, better safe than sorry. Like, I'd rather use it and have it be a waste than to not use it and then go home like half the 46 cast with their idols. So, Christian's return
he was very like
Vevesi.
He was very like hard on them as well.
Yeah, Christian
which was kind of funny as well, because he was really like stern with them.
He was like a stern uncle with like the group of college frat kids. Is what it almost
was
felt
like instant live tribal speak.
Yeah, he's like, we run a tight tribal council around here, and I'm just kind of like,
you gotta dig deep.
Like,
villain king
it,
for a
it is
reason.
it is a good what if. Like, what if that tribe had more time to discuss? Would the vote flip on Sam, or would it still be on Richard? That is a cool little what if. But like, I don't know. It's interesting.
What if Richie would have hosted the tribal instead of Christian? Would he have been as stern as Christian? We don't know.
What if Richie?
I probably would have just tried. Okay,
got Tony's outfit.
Yeah.
Okay,
that would be his question.
Actually, I should have asked him that the other day. I think we talked briefly the other day, and I completely forgot to ask him that. That's my bad. No, I will say this right now. If I ever get to host a tribal council again, I would have tried to make it like, I don't know what I would have asked them, because I didn't really like think of questions ahead of time, but I definitely would have tried to hype up like, hey, like double tribals are unpredictable. You guys will get on the clock. Like, what?
Dan's comment in the chat.
I will still be going on. No, yeah, well, there I cannot risk anything.
Oh my god!
What a fucking stinger! I actually would have made it really quick, actually, just because double tribals are supposed to be quicker. So I definitely want to try to emphasize some stuff with the double tribal council in general, and yeah, I definitely want to try.
I don't know.
Predictability and when I've talked to them. So
I don't know about that, Richie. I feel like if you were,
you guys really know about it, so let's move on.
I feel like if Richie was a host of a tribal council, he'd run it until my watch starts working correctly. I'm just messing with you.
Okay, let's move on.
Yeah, I don't think there's really much I have to talk about with
No. Richard just kind of fell to the double again. Like, if he had more time, who knows what happened? Would Sam be a good blindside? Maybe, but like.
Sorry, you continue, Alex.
Jamil, keep that counter on. please. We'll see how much you crush it
No,
out.
Keep that tally running.
Keep it off, please. I've had a long week. Season has so many good personalities. You know, when I was selecting the 16, never know for sure how it turns out for sure. Yeah, definitely. I will agree with that 100%. Like when you're playing an out season, you never know how it's going to turn out. And all you have is just like the info you have in front of you. So you have a list of potential people, and you just never know how it's going to turn out. So I definitely agree with that. There are a lot of great personalities we've seen come out so far, and maybe even more we'll see come out of their shell later on. Who knows? So let's run it back, Devin. Season 8, Part 2. What?
Basically a second chance.
Revenge of the Chaos.
Yeah, right. But yeah, let's go to
let's go to Filemu. Filemu pre-tribal. I think there's only like one little thing that happens in Filemu pre-tribal, and basically, I think it's just Linda and Jake talking, I believe, about if they knew about the last vote.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of pre-talk and.
Yeah, I think there's some other conversations going on, but the primary one we were shown was just Jake and Linda, which was definitely fun to get some Jake content, because I feel like even last couple episodes, we didn't really get as much Jake content as we did with everyone else. Kind of get a little bit. Jake and Linda was great. Anything you guys really have to say about this conversation, or?
No, for this
Not
tribe,
really.
you know, they had their target last round, and they kind of know going into it who the consensus target is now. So, you know,
Yeah,
they all
I'd
know
argue
what's going on.
I'd argue for both tribes. This surprise double tribal went pretty formulaically, and ultimately both tribes had targets that were towards the lower end of the tribe, and those targets were taken out pretty much. Yeah, it's unfortunate, and sometimes it is hard to explain. Like sometimes it is based on the perception on how you are perceived by others and how you come across, and if your actions are coming across as suspicious or not. But yeah, it was pretty interesting to see.
Before we get into it, I just want to highlight some comments because I feel bad I haven't gotten to show all these yet. Announcement sooner than you think for season 9. Let's go.
Yeah, it's coming. You know, season 9's coming in like 2 months almost. Jeez.
9 comes after 8, baby.
Filemu. Was that
79?
Filemu. Hype.
Filemu.
Jake is
Filemu.
Jake is giving me Atticus vibes from New Blood. I actually liked Atticus. Atticus was super chill.
That's a good comparison.
Yeah, they both seem pretty chill, you know?
Mm-hmm. Very calm. Until they're seen by Will.
Yeah.
Even with how obvious our target was, Nick was still paranoid.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, when it names like the second name,
I'd be paranoid if I was Nick.
Yeah.
Right, to be fair, like Nick was like literally one of the secondary targets for the tribal. Yeah. He literally just got out of, and then going right back. He has no time to really talk. I'd be paranoid too. Like,
can we get that on like crash out meter, Jamil?
And literally agreed so fast on Linda. That wasn't a crash.
I know. I was
about to say you don't even
your chops.
You're like I'm trying to be nicer, dude. Tonight I'm too tired. No shade though, Dan. Yeah, I was gonna say Dan's throwing shit at everyone tonight. Dan, you're throwing shit at everyone.
What up, Nick? Thanks for being here.
Yeah, what up, Nick? What up, Nick? Nick is nervous. Nick is nervous, Nancy, but it creates great TV. Let's be real. Yeah, Nick is great TV. I said this before a couple times. Like Nick is great to have on. You know, I thought Nick's been a fun character so far and a fun strategist. Anything else we want to say before we talk about the vote?
No, I think we're good to go. You know, the tribes all kind of, you know, grouped up in this one. It's pretty, you know, easy to tell who's going. But yeah, let's get to tribal.
All right. So, yeah, tribal council. I don't think there's really that much notable to talk with. I mean, other than Julie being very blunt and kind of saying people are being bitchy and catty, I think is how she said it, right? Is that
Julie.
how she worked forward? I say
she
Julie.
Is very entertaining.
Dude, she does not care what name she throws out. Is just so funny.
Right, and like honestly, Julie being so blunt. Like I said, it can be a double-edged sword because either A, people are going to see who's very honest and want to work with you and trust you more, or they're going to be the exact opposite, and they're going to look at you being like, okay, I can't trust her with anything because she's just going to blatantly slate it out there for everyone to see. Slate it out? I can't speak today. Don't judge me. Yeah, other than that, do you guys think there's really anything noticeable to talk about for this tribal council for Filemu?
I'm pretty sure we need to get like a counter for Dan for getting the questions. I think he went back-to-back tribals with forgetting the question Devin asked him.
I was about to say, yeah, I think I made a joke about that in the live chat, and I was like, no, it was funny.
Somebody start the Dan amnesia counter.
Basically. Nah, but no, it was funny because I kind of chuckled because I know last tribal he also I think he also forgot the question, and then.
Well, to be fair,
You know,
anyone in that situation like would probably be like so overwhelmed that you'd be just trying to process what's going on,
obviously,
especially after
but like it was just so funny. That like, what was the question?
Right, I would definitely say to be fair, like I probably would have been the same. I probably would have been trying to think over the question for a couple seconds, probably to would have made me look really bad, but you know. There was that. I do remember seeing Nick and Linda whispering a lot at Tribal Council, like little cats are like pss, 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 like
But yeah. I think we're good to just go to the vote off.
The reveal.
Yeah. So do you guys want to say what was the number of the vote again? Just to be sure I have it right this time. Just because I don't like math and you guys are good at math.
Oh, I don't actually remember what the vote tally was.
Yeah, me either.
6-1, maybe?
Okay. Well, fourth person voted out of Survivor Wisconsin, Calm versus Chaos. Linda voted out of Calm versus Chaos. And definitely it was I kind of felt bad for Linda because I kind of felt like, and it's kind of same thing with Richard. Like, I think if Richard and Linda had a little bit more time to talk to people before Tribal Council, I think there's a chance they would have. Like, I think at least Richard possibly would have.
Richard possibly. Linda, there was no way.
I think there's a chance she actually could have. I mean, she had some decent inbounds. You know what I'm trying to say? She had some decent bonds with a couple of people, and I think potentially there's an opportunity that maybe the vote gets thrown on to someone else. 6-1, okay, thank you. That's what I thought.
I can see is Nick kind of fumbling.
Thank you, Devin.
Yeah, thank you, Devin. I thought it was 6-1.
Maybe.
Double check.
But everybody was so on Linda just because they didn't get to vote her out last time, so they were like, okay, easy vote. I don't think Linda was going to get any way out, even if they give him like 5 minutes to talk. I think the whole tribe was ready just to vote Linda out. I don't think there was any way she would escape it.
Yeah, everybody always has a chance, but yeah, it was certainly tough for Linda to get out from that situation, admittedly.
Not impossible, but like it's like 2% possible probably.
Linda was fried, deep fried. You clearly did not watch New Blood or Evolution or Captain's Curse and see me in it in the background.
Or Twit Manor.
No, Twit Manor, I actually did not get sunburned, actually. I was fried in a different way, but you know, everyone's
brain. Yeah, I get it.
Everyone's brain that season was so fried in the complete opposite way because no one had a brain cell after I left. We're all going to the end with Hunter and Darius, and then they all get mad at them like, sorry.
All right, add that to the crash out counter. That's 2, baby. Let's go.
No, we're at 3 actually.
Not a crash out. That's just a rant.
I had to bring up Twit Manor to get you all to get another on the counter.
You're so lucky you're not next to me right
but
now.
Yeah, you know, Linda.
God, there's
don't you dare bring that out anywhere we go.
Linda
does have a chance to come back though.
Yeah, Linda and Richard.
We got 2 new outcasts.
Yeah, they both go over to the outcast area, and I feel like there's not really much of a reaction we get from either of them with it. I feel like they're just kind of like, oh, okay, that's what it kind of is, and like.
Thanks, Shamil.
Devin, after she spelled it for at Tribal, yeah, I'm trying to catch up on some of the comments. Adam McDad, it seemed like Caleb was almost going there in the voting confessionals. Definitely like to see some suspense. Suspense is good. Counter 3, the tribe has spoken. I'm gonna wait till the
Thank you,
finale
Jamil.
to say what I'm gonna say.
Might need to make it
Oh,
more like
3, the tribe was spoken. That's how many times you got voted off, right, Alex?
It's episode 3 as well.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Make it 4. Devin, can we get
Enough
a cage?
about Clip Man or Conference's Chaos Time. Yeah, I stopped a minute ago about that. I wonder if he's a minute behind from where we're at. Or I just took that long to respond to it. Okay, sorry.
It took you that long to respond to it.
Okay, that's what I thought it was. Okay, that's my bad. I've been trying to where I was about to go.
Yeah, Jamil, we'll get to that. Yeah.
I was surprised at the reveal of how the tribes were switched around. We're gonna get to that actually in a little bit before we get to the live stuff, questions and stuff.
We'll highlight that comment when we get to it.
Yeah, we'll come back. We'll try to come back to this, Jamil. So
yeah.
After the vote off with Filemu, I think there's really only like one clip. I believe it was. I was Kayla and Dan, or was it Jamil?
Kayla and Jamil. Yeah, that was one of the few clips that I actually recorded on my phone when I didn't have Devin's phone, or like I was like, oh shit, somebody should be recording this. And yeah, I also like to apologize for my hand being in the top left-hand corner. That was my mistake.
No, that's fine, but like talk about the conversation style, like what was going on in it.
No, it was very fun to see. These two are in the big Filemu trio with Dan, as Dan is actually put in the comments. The way I align myself with the Chaos Sleeper agents, yeah, that was actually a very low key, pretty nice move, and we'll talk more about the cast alignments in a little bit. But yeah, no, it was just further footage signifying the bond between the two of them, and really between the relationships that they have with each other and people like Dan, and doing what they had to do to move forward in the game.
Yeah, again, gotta give credit to Kayla again, not using her idol. You know, props to her. You know, a very quick tribal could have gone wrong for her, but you know, she held into it, and you know, stayed safe. You know, she put her trust in her alliance, and it's working out. So good for her.
Mm-hmm.
To get off topic, but why can't I see any of Devin's comments in live chat?
It happened last season as well. I don't know why it's being.
Yeah, I can't see them until Richie pulls them up.
Really? See, well, yeah, because you know I can see mine, but
yeah, I can see them on my end. Yeah, I do not know.
Is it on the YouTube chat? Right.
I have to check that actually.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Like a couple people
I might need to mess with my settings.
Oh wait, here it is. Richard said change the live chats, have top comments on the top. Change to live chat, then top right, change it to all comments. Okay, well that saves me work I have to do on my phone. So thank you guys for that. Much love. And again, I'm glad you guys are all here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for all the comments as well. Yeah, we love seeing chat popping off. Sorry if it's taken a little long to get to them.
I don't think there's really much to talk about before we get to the next challenge at that point for round 4 now.
Yeah, round 4. Yeah, round 4.
So for round 4, we don't really see much except for them starting to get to the challenge site, and there's a bit of a talk, a bit of a back and forth. And then it's talking about, like, there's a joke about a trap swap put in there. People start gasping. And then all of a sudden, Devin tells them to drop your... And then it ends on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I can't believe that shit.
Yeah. So I think the last time we had a cliffhanger episode was last season with the double tribal before Maris got voted off.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers for New Blood.
I literally... Okay, you know what?
We told you. Go watch those episodes.
Counter tonight.
Can we get a counter for every time I steal Richie's job?
That could be Dan's job then. We have Jamil's, you know, Richie outburst counter. Now we have Dan counting the host stealing job from Steib. There we go.
Yeah, no spoilers for what's next. I'm not spoiling anything. Only talk about what's in the episode. I should remind you two not.
We got a little sneak peek as well. Yeah, we'll get to that as well.
Sneak peek. I was gonna watch New Blood. Darn it. Yeah, if you haven't watched New Blood, that's been out for like 2 months now. So
it's not really New Blood anymore. It's kind of just blood. But yes, go watch it.
It's just blood. Fair enough.
Christian, seems like Richie just trying to ruin alliances before he plays again.
Obviously, dude. You know, that's what he's good at. Jamel, make it 5 now.
Jamil, make it 6, and can you give me a ride to I can't say where you live at actually.
Hello, Christian. Thank you for joining us.
Christian.
Christian making an
Thanks for coming in tonight. The legend Christian Davis. Definitely watching
Godfather.
a really good one, especially once it hits Emerge. I think New Blood is definitely one of the up to this point, New Blood is still definitely one of the top 3 seasons in my opinion that we've ever had. So definitely recommend watching New Blood. So guys are gonna rely on me to keep counting things, so I can't even pay attention to what.
True, but no,
Dad, no.
This is an easy counter though. Right now we're at 2 for Steib, taking over Richie's job.
Richie crashed on counter at number 6. Christian says, "Hey Steib." Says, "Hey Alex." Okay, Christian, thanks for saying hi to me.
Hey,
we're
Christian,
just aura farming at this point.
Or no? I asked this question to you, Devin, like 2 years ago, Devin, and you laughed in my face saying I was a villain, even though I jokingly said anti-hero.
Yeah, wait, this is a question for Christian though, not you.
He also didn't say hi to me. Okay, you know what? Let's move on. Just finish this part before we get to all the live questions and stuff.
Yeah.
So the whole potential tribe, is it a tribe swap? Is it not a tribe swap? Who knows yet? I've already put a question mark by this, so that's my bad. I was gonna put a question mark and I completely forgot. So it said
2 question marks. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, it said drop your, and I was gonna be like tribe swap reveal with a question mark, but you know what? I'll fix it now for you guys.
No, we're good. Let's just.
But yeah, what do you guys think of the cliffhanger overall?
No, really good. You know, I like it. You know, it kind of makes people, you know, on their toes for what's coming up next, and you know, it's a good way to it's a good way to segue into the next episode. So you know, I like it.
I believe Devin chose his words carefully in this moment, of course, and it really was based on the twist of this episode, a rather shorter episode, but we had, of course, double the vote offs, and that was huge. But now we've had such a very impactful but short episode, and now it was brilliant what Devin did with editing, because now he's taken that interest from such an important episode like this, and right there at the end, he's giving us just a little interesting teaser for what could be coming next. So yeah, no, I thought it was very well done. But overall, cliffhangers, damn them all. You know, I just want to see the results now, damn it.
I mean, no, did you see a Family Guy clip where Peter's all like, "I want it now," and he like kicks the TV. And
it's been a very chaotic, you know, 3 episodes. So,
Christian says, Aura farming, only left we can do. What are you, Ava from Big Brother? Christian, how about you kennel up?
Jamil at 7.
That's not 7. Liz is a villain though, right? I stand by this. She's a villain. Richie's played 6-7 times.
Here we go again.
Don't do the 6-7. Oh no.
I'm not saying anything.
All
right.
right.
You can kennel up too. Bro's editing skills. For Devin. Oh yeah, I should highlight this for Devin actually, yeah. Devin says, if I can include another whole round, would have been a very long episode. I think 3 photo-offs is a bit much. I definitely agree with that. I think we even briefly talked about that the other day. That
having a short episode.
I was curious what you would do. Yeah, and I think this was the right decision. Yeah.
There you go. Steib love.
Yep, Steib love. But yeah, is it a tribe swap? Is it nothing? Who knows? You get to hear the rest of that sentence next episode. And
Monday.
Yeah, well, I'll talk about that at the end. Yeah.
Monday.
Player of the episode.
Ooh.
It's not a lot to talk about. But can I say it first, or?
Yeah, go ahead.
I feel like there's a very obvious player of the episode. This episode, I think it's Jimmy. I mean, we don't really get too much content, but I kind of feel like from what we do see, Jimmy's kind of the one that kind of wrangles in, directs, and votes. Even though we get content of Nolan kind of saying like, "Oh, I think Jimmy's a little shady." I think it's very like. I don't think there's a lot of options to player of the episode this episode, but I think it's Jimmy. That's my opinion. What do you guys think?
Steib, you're next.
Yeah, I think Jimmy is absolutely a fair choice. I will be picking from Filemu for my player of the episode for episode 3. And I think it's got to be Kayla because she held on to that hidden immunity idol and she didn't need to use it at a very sketchy, immediate double tribal. And I think that's impressive to her and to her social game. So, yes, congratulations, Kayla. You're my player of the episode.
Yeah, for me, it was between Kayla and Jimmy. Kayla was just very funny, kind of, playing along with, like, this is how you spell my name, and, like, kind of like do a little teasing, which is, I like that, it kind of gives it more character to this kind of short episode. But I do got to go with Jimmy. He is kind of that, anchor point to the Chaos Tribe, and he is really doing a good job of kind of navigating people to vote in the way he wants to vote. So I will give it to I will give it to Jimmy. But yeah, Kayla is kind of being a little chaotic person as well. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. I mean, kind of going back to what you said about Nolan, I definitely thought that was pretty funny with how he was like intentionally misspelling names because it again, I think I said this in the premiere when Vevesi was at Tribal that Nolan I mean, it kind of reminded me of like Sue Hawk in Borneo, which is like misspelling names, and like I think like Sonia, she spelled her name with like or something, or it was like there was another funny misspelling of a name she did. I forgot what it was or what what round, but
yeah. And also Nick spelling Linda Lynda was kind of funny as well. So we see 2 kind of funny misspellings just for the just for the fun of it.
It's a very fun bit. Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it was. Anything else we want to say about player of the episode before we move on?
No, it was a short and sweet episode, so nothing really to talk about the player of the episode really. Then just Jimmy's kind of been, holding down the Chaos Tribe, and Kayla's just been kind of a little funny little person on the Calm Tribe. Yeah.
Dan says I actually called her Chaos Kayla when we met. Little to know she was literally a Chaos Cassie.
Well, let's segue into that then. About
yeah.
I was gonna do that at the end, but we can quickly talk about that briefly now, actually, because I'll talk about that.
Should get a teaser then.
Let me find where I put it. Did I not? Oh, that's what I meant by tribe swap. That's right. I set this up a while ago, and I forgot. That's what I meant by tribe swap. Was like the fact that they were Devin said they swapped them. That's what I meant. I'm tired. Yeah. I almost forgot that. It's been a long week for me. But yes, thank you for guys for reminding me about that. The little tribe swap thing, it wasn't like an actual tribe swap, but a couple people were swapped different tribes for filming. Jamila and Kayla were swapped from Vevesi, the Chaos Tribe, to Filemu, the Calm Tribe, and I believe it was Tony and Joey were swapped from Filemu to Vevesi. That's what I meant by the tribe swap. That is so much better. I literally forgot why I typed it in there. It's been a while.
We're not spoiling anything. We're completely ambiguous, and you cannot take what we say for face value.
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, we know what happens, but you guys don't. So this was not a spoiler. This was just saying that, like, the couple people Devin said he moved around at the end of the episode. So, short and sweet. Is there anything you guys have to say about those potential swaps, pre-game?
I find it, fun, doing a little mixing and matching. I do feel like the 4 players did fit well on their tribe, Jamil and Kayla are fitting in pretty well with the Calm Tribe, and then Joey, unfortunately, being first boot didn't really help, but he still has a chance to get back in the game. And then Tony is fitting in, he's not really in the majority, but he's also not in the minority. He's just kind of in the middle, kind of. And Tony's playing a very good, quiet game, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, Tony's doing a pretty good job of fitting in with that tribe. We will see what happens with all 4 of those players eventually. And
I've got to agree. I got to agree with y'all. I think it's a really fun little piece of bonus content at the end of the episode. It's another fun hypothetical type question. Had these casts all been chaotic people, who would have aligned with who, and who could be going out, and who could? It's a lot of. It's like the multiverse. It's like a whole lot of branching possibilities, and it's fun to consider. Because I saw all four of those potential original casts. I saw all four of those at the end of the episode, and I said, yeah, I think I can agree with all of these fitting. These people maybe being calmer, these people maybe being more chaotic. And yeah, no, I was very interested to see these play styles mixed in together. Yeah, it's very fun to see.
Yeah, it definitely. One thing I forgot to mention too is it reminded me a bit of the Heroes versus Villains season we did in the Whitewater era, where I forgot how many people were mixed. I forgot if it was 4 and 4, but like the heroes and villains were kind of mixed in the original tribes, and at the swap they were kind of mixed back. So I thought that was a pretty interesting thing that I just remembered when Devin mentioned this at the end of the episode. I thought it was very interesting. So yeah. Is there anything else that we really want to talk about with this exact like thing, or?
No.
Sneak peek time.
Yep.
Okay, I was gonna do a sneak peek at the
Add
end.
that to the job counter.
Yep, Dan, that's 3, Dan. Put it in the chat.
Okay, so I'll remind everyone again about this at the end of the episode, but there is, or at least of what's next, but there is a new episode coming out Monday, 6 p.m. The sneak peek for next episode, they're excited because they actually helped me with this one this time. Sneak peek for episode 4, airing on Monday. As the game gets more chaotic, new discoveries are made, and Tribal Council leaves some in shock.
What can I derive from that?
Absolutely
I
nothing.
wonder.
We know what's happening. You guys do not. So you don't know shit.
Yep.
You'll have to find out on Monday.
What does it keep count when Alex does it for me?
That's good.
Yeah.
Chad is popping off.
There's some beef in the calm tribe here.
Things are not too calm.
Okay,
Oh.
so I think we should go to viewers' questions now, right?
Yep.
Yes,
Questions,
please.
type them in. Or if not, that's fine. I can go to bed at any time.
Yeah, you wish.
I'm just kidding.
You're gonna have to
know.
answer questions in your sleep, though.
Job as host counter oh.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dan.
Dan.
Yeah, the counter resets at the end of the night. Just remember that.
It's not 12 yet.
No, okay. I have another. Actually, that joke also comes from I think our other channel we run, Survivor What If, and that joke.
Go subscribe to that channel, Survivor What If. That's counter number 4, baby. Put that in the chat, Dan.
Live stream. I wasn't gonna put a promo out now. I was just mentioning that that's where the joke came from.
I know. I just had to.
Oh,
I'm
we have
sorry.
a question. We have a question from Devin. What was your favorite funnier moment from tonight? Definitely Nolan. So it was Nolan's it's kind of a tie. Nolan's voting misspelling. And I'm kind of saying like that pastor guy gives me like, he's like freaking me out type of thing. And then Vince being all like, kind of just sitting there being like, I thought it was a little funny because I just found it relatable because I feel like what I would have said exact words. So.
Yeah. I will say Vince always makes me laugh. Like anything
awesome.
Yeah.
anything on the screen, I just fucking chuckle because like he's just like just there having fun, and that's just kind of how it's all about, just there having fun, just not really caring what happens. But I will say just Kayla just had trouble being like, yeah, Keala, and then just saying
that was funny.
with a little heart right there as well. That was really
don't
fun.
forget the heart.
But no, yeah. Vincent he's just awesome. I like watching him.
Yeah, it'd probably be a tie between, I don't know. The Nolan quote, that's probably the funniest moment for me. Julie keeping it honest and just saying, nope, I feel totally, I feel good. I feel like I have a good rapport with everybody, but somebody's got to go, and I'm glad it's not me. Julie was very entertaining. She was funny as well. So, yeah, one of those two.
All right. So I think next question we have is from Jamil. What made production choose this round to be a double? Was this a predetermined thing before the game? I will say, I think it's very, very rare. And this, I think I even said a little bit of this in our One World breakdowns as well, that 99.9, like pretty much like everything we determine production is usually set to happen before the game. It is very rare for something to be like changed in the middle of the game because we usually do have a plan like before we start the game. This double tribal was a predetermined thing. It had nothing to do with like anything else. We literally, I forgot the exact reasoning for it. I think it had just been I think we just wanted to do double tribal. I don't remember the exact reason. Maybe Devin can answer that a little bit more. But it was
with the chaotic season. That's really why I feel like.
Yeah, it was a predetermined thing though. So like it is. Yeah. Next question we have. Oh, it's Devin responding to. Oh, Devin did respond to Jamil. All right, I just saw it now. Everything was determined beforehand. Some things needed to be sped up, so we get done before the park closes. Yeah. So that kind of like I said, pretty much everything is usually determined beforehand. Like talk about not listening, Jamil. They said it was predetermined start as a recap.
The Dan and Jamil beef is
going
crazy right now. I like it.
You see, I want to go to bars now just to like jokingly bring this up and then see what would happen. Like, no, I'd feel bad doing that. The fans zoom in over to her at Tribal. LO. Yeah, Kate's like I said, Kayla's fan is iconic. Can we give the fan a vote? You know, like let's give the fan a vote.
The fan is my player of the episode.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, last episode was a frog and now it's a fan.
My player of the early bird pod is Richie's bat.
No, I'm gonna pop that thing for him. Just so we can use it.
Spare us.
Let's keep going through the comments because they're really.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm just waiting for you guys to answer. Jamil says, "Who says I was here, Dan?" Commented immediately when it started.
Hey, Roblox.
That Survivor game was funny. Everything is Richie. Yeah, that's what I said. Does a park ever allow overnight events? I think if like for that exact campground, I don't know. I think it's like if you rent a space, I don't know because it was like that's another Devin question. Oh, he did answer it again. That's my bad. I just saw he answer now. I'm also seeing Richie is not a fan of pronouncing a tribe name right in my name. Jamil, isn't it Jamil? Have I been saying it wrong?
I thought it was Jamil.
Yeah, Jamil.
But it's spelled with a Y on YouTube. What?
No,
You're giving me mixed signals.
You guys are confusing me right now. I'm just gonna move on. Fine. Devin answered the question. At the campsites, I think so. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Jamil thought the same. Made sure to sit by Kayla at Tribal so I could have the fan next to me.
Yeah, you were sent by her at both tribals. Yeah.
Player of the episode should have went to you for that. I mean, she was fanning Nick, so like, wouldn't it go to Nick at that point? Like, Nick was the one I saw getting fanned like every like.
Jamil, yeah. I thought it was in that. Yeah, Jamil.
It's Jamil. Yeah. Okay.
Jamil.
Yeah. Was I not saying that?
Jamil.
Oh, okay.
Mill.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Like
yeah.
a paper mill.
Oh. Okay.
Yo, now we know though. Thank you.
Now we know.
I know a thing or two about mispronounced names.
I'm not doing names. I'll apologize about that, Jamil.
Windmills.
Dan says I lost that title when I failed to answer Devin's question. Just put the fan around. Oh, I must have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Filemu. Yeah, I was saying Filemu.
I swear though.
Filemu.
I swear at the start of the day that we were recording Calm versus Chaos, I swear Devin said Filemu, but I always thought it was Filemu.
How did Vince say it, Devin? How did Vince say it, Devin? Like, oh, you think you're so funny. You're laughing along with me.
Oh, can I also point out, Nolan hates the mics.
Oh, yeah, he was getting so mad at me about the mics. He's like, what do you keep
in episode...
like the first 2 episodes, at least.
The first 2, he did not like holding the mics.
He got so mad. He got
used to it.
for asking him to hold the mic. He's like, "Why you keep doing this to me?" And I was just like, "Please, Nolan, I don't want to get yelled at by Mitch."
Yeah, I was laughing so hard because I was watching. Like,
It was funny. It was
did not
actually
want to hold the mics at all.
It's funny.
Nick
It's
said-
funny early on.
Nick said, "Kayla's fan, hell yeah."
Also, can I say, last season's tribes were so easy to pronounce.
It was like Bulai and
Bulai and Vuku.
Vuku. That was
Yeah.
And now we have
I
Filemu
was with
and
like
Vevesi.
time, essentially. So,
Well, the guy with the stutter, that's fucking hard to say. Vevesi.
Well, thanks to everybody here. Now,
yeah, thank you
season
very
9's tribes are going to be named Alpha and Sigma. So thanks.
Alpha
What are,
and Beta.
what are you, a middle schooler?
Right?
Alpha?
Let's make him like, yeah.
What?
Just give some brain rot tribe names. Tribe Skibbity wins.
Oh no.
I will throw up my lower intestine if you. I swear to God, I will. I can't. I don't think I can legally say half of what I want to say on YouTube.
Yeah, Jamil, I would lose that challenge instantly.
Yeah, pronunciation, no way.
Yeah,
I will say this. I
I'll try that
I actually do think that the having like some like I know in past seasons we had like Summer Solstice, our tribe names were, I believe it was the Samoan language, which I definitely thought was really cool. I definitely
I'm
think
pretty sure it's always been Samoan language with those Wisconsin seasons.
Yeah, some are Samoan, some are from the Fijian language. I definitely think it's really cool to kind of have a different like names, I can't speak to. I'm sorry. Different languages like originating for the name. So, I definitely can't wait to see what the second chance ones are because I think there are a lot of interesting ones that could be done. I know last chance too, just a bit of a flashback as well, that like I know the tribes that for that season I think were like were named after some of the worst tribes before that point. So definitely a lot of fun stuff that we do think of with tribe names as well. So it is really cool. Devin says, I was laughing at Dan's comment. You can't keep up with them, Richie. Kennel up, you kennel up. Jaw counter added to the boys. Yeah, telling everyone else a kennel up counter. That's 3 now. Ultimate challenge, pronunciation.
Yep.
The Greek alphabet is older than all solid, Richie. This is exclusive middle schoolers. Okay, fair enough. I need a Labubu in here.
Tribe Labubu. There you go.
Aleks, don't encourage that. Devin says, maybe for second chance, early birds will have more to say. Will have more say in the script. That'd be fun.
Oh boy, the first and last chime. Let's go.
Cool, because I had
until I submit my terrible ideas.
Well, not it's not really a spoiler, but one of my ideas made it into the script this season, so
yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Well, I will also say that this is a fun idea I did think of for second chance, and then actually this is the first time I can actually talk about it because I forgot I was going to talk about it last breakdown. I completely forgot. Just one fun idea I had for second chance, because we've had a lot of challenges from Whitewater days, from Wisconsin days up until now that we've only done once. It's like a fun idea. It could be like, hey, we've also only done these challenges once. We're giving these challenges a second chance too, and then maybe like tweaking them if needed.
Damn, totally just ripping off from the from the real show, I guess.
They didn't do that every challenge. They had like some challenges they did like 4 times up to that point. There are other challenges they did. That's just a fact, Alex. Look it up. I did the research. Did you?
Jamil, crash out counter 8.
I'm not crashing out. I'm just talking. I'm not crashing out, dude. Kennel up. Kennel up counter 4.
Yeah,
I didn't realize I said it.
All right. You might as well add. You might as well add one to the job counter. Let me get us back on the rails here. That's 5.
I almost had one of my things I wanted to say. Okay, the last thing I was going to say about this specific part that I was saying with my idea is that if we did ever go down that route, there's a fun challenge that I did my first season where we had to like grab the shoelace box, untie it, and throw like balls in like 6 different buckets. I thought that was a fun challenge. So
right, yeah. Let's keep going through the comments here, I guess.
Who made Vevesi the tribe that had to walk for every round challenges and such? Because I love them. I think that may have been. I don't know actually.
Completely random. I'm pretty sure.
Vevesi definitely got their steps in. So did Tyler and I.
Hey, I got my steps in last season.
Emma got her steps in too. Emma photography.
I got a break from stepping.
I've been blessed. I've been on picnic
Steph
area
was
too, back-to-back
lucky.
seasons. Get
Oh,
fucked.
you got lucky.
Yeah.
You wish. Moving on. Devin said, he did answer the question. Thank you. I'm sorry I'm taking so long to answer these guys. I promise I'm trying to get to all of these. I just put one at each spot. Jamil was random. Should have made the loser of each challenge go there, maybe for 11. Honestly, that is actually, I will say, we had some twists like that. Steib, you can vouch for me with this in Winter War, where there was kind of like the basement floor was added for that season, and it was like the losing tribe had to go down there, but because our tribe kept losing. I think they stopped it at the swap once they were only down to 2 tribes, but like it was a really cool twist actually. So like it would have made like kind of a little bit more of like an actual punishment, saying like, hey, you suck, so now you get punished and having to walk further down. Like I like that.
Yeah.
Dan says, I already know some people wanting to apply for 11. Same, Dan. I think we were talking about the other night at the breakdown that we do know. I know at least a couple people. What do you say?
Love to hear it.
Yeah,
that's exciting. Yeah,
exciting. Jamal. I'm sorry. I'm so bad with names. Not the first time this happened. Last season we had someone, and last season I could not. Maris's name. I couldn't spell or pronounce it right for half the season, so I actually am really sorry. I feel bad. Jamil. How did everyone get involved for production? I assume a lot of you know each other for a good amount of time. I've known Devin and Christian. I've known since I was like 4. Devin I've known since like middle school, I want to say. I think I got involved like all the way back in season 3. I played a few times, and in Wisconsin 1, I got voted off early, and my ride ended up making it to like final 5. So I just decided at one point when there was a bunch of content being filmed around, I just got up and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to film this. Like, I think I had a couple drinks in me at that point. So I was a little buzzed. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to say, screw it. I'm going to film it for everyone and help them get some content so that they don't miss anything. And same thing happened in Cabin Fever. And then I kind of just kept coming back for production since then. It's really fun. I like filming. I like getting to meet new people. That's actually how I met Aleks.
So for me, my older brother Connor, who's played, has known Devin and Christian since they've been in youth sports. And then I of course, being a younger brother, I always, followed along and saw them play sports. And then when Devin was hosting these Survivor things, I was a big fan of Survivor. So then I, of course, got my first season in Summer Solstice, and then I played 2 other seasons back to back. And then I was told, if you want to film, I said, yeah, I love doing that stuff and I love Survivor. So that's kind of how I got into doing all this other stuff. So just, knowing people and just kind of, being open to, helping out.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of my connections like that are pretty similar. I went to the same elementary school as Devin and as Alex's older brother, Connor. And through a lot of those relationships, I had a lot of connections, and there was another connection to Jake Harris. And I believe he was the one that posted on his Snapchat, just like reposting another post about Survivor Whitewater at the time. And from there, it's been a fantastic journey. I've played 4 times, and I've had fun at different moments in each time that I've played, whether that was for one vote round or whether that was for multiple. So honestly, please do apply for season 11 if you are considering it, or if you know somebody who would be interested, please let them know and let them apply. That's counter number 6, baby.
There we go. All right. Look at that.
I'm gonna mute you, Steib. I'm joking with you.
He actually did for like a second.
I actually feel bad muting you. I can't mute you. I feel bad.
But you don't feel bad muting me, I guess. That's how it is. Thank you, Dan.
Jamil says, I'll be on the lookout for season 11 for some peeps. Let them recruit some people I know. Definitely do. We're hoping to get a lot of fun people for season 11. Yeah, definitely. It's going to be a fun time. I'm excited for it. Devin did say, I put up before, I put up again, January 1st, season 11 applications will open. I'm assuming you guys are laughing because something else happened. Jamil says, I plan to already have season 8. Some people in my work asking how they can get involved for sure. How high does the counter have to go until Aleks is the official host? 1 million. How about that?
We'll get there. We'll get there one day.
You wish. Steib's
No more
journey,
resets. We'll keep it.
Steib's journey, Captain's Curse made me tear up. I was actually really happy you got actually a
Oh,
fun.
thank you.
Yeah, like when you both got a
I
chance
was,
to go.
I was
I
for
was
sure
so
part of that
happy,
storyline.
I fucked up so much in that, but no, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I was so
and
honestly,
I'm glad it.
When you two got past like the first try, because I was so worried that you two were gonna be such like targeted that first tribal that I was getting so
I was.
like that first tribal, like my heart was like pumping, and I'm like, God, no, like, and then you two made merge. You're like on the ground, like kneeling. You're like, yes, like,
Yeah.
like I was so happy for the both of you that season. Like, I really am so happy you guys got to have a really fun season with that. I was proud of
Basically, Survivor Gabon, but better.
For
It
real.
wasn't like a bone. You guys had some pretty good elements in both of your games. I think you really underestimate yourselves. Jamil gave us a question. Have you guys ever had bystanders come through the park and ask, what the fuck are grown adults doing running around? I think the closest we had to this, from my recollection, was an evolution. I think a park ranger came by asking a question. I think it was no, I don't think it was a park ranger. I think it was someone asking what was going on. But like, I don't know that. Like, I don't know too much about it. But
yeah. So evolution. There was like a ranger that came by and just was like just questioning like what was going on, and then we
probably curious if we had like alcohol or something.
I was about to say,
we had a lot of alcohol.
And I was the one there, so like because this was right after I got voted out in evolution. So like Tyler and I are there. We're like bitching about how annoyed we were that we were the first two out. Tyler Smith and I were there. And we were sitting there, and all of a sudden, this guy comes up, and like immediately, I put my hat up. I'm like, "What's going on?" Like, I'm like, all I did was like complain about being voted off early again. Like, what did I like? I don't know. I thought it was funny.
Oh, yeah,
It's funny
you thought you caused a noise disturbance.
Well, we were
just a lot
actually
of
kind of like nervous. We were like,
just turning
"What's
their
about to
heads and
happen?"
being like, what's
Like,
going on? But nothing really like one on one. It was just
happened.
all like bystanders just like turning their heads and being like, "What are these freaks running on the fucking field for?" You know.
Yeah, it is pretty funny. Like when people do kind of look over. Like I think there was one time we were like, so like sometimes at some locations, if we're able to go there the night before to kind of like look over stuff and kind of like scour out, like this is a good place for us to do A, B, and C at. And I think I forgot if it was for New Blood or this season, where there was like a deer or there was like someone's dog that like sprinted out full speed, and like two of us looked over and we're like, what the hell was that? And like I think I saw a bear one time. I'm not joking. I think it was like New Blood. I think I saw a bear. And not the type of bear that my ex would be, but a different type of bear.
God damn it. Can we get a Richie's X counter started?
No, we started that counter on our own years ago. I can make 1,000 jokes. Actually, watch this specific X watching this and laugh his ass off. He would actually like that.
No, I totally remember you mentioning the bear. I didn't see it though. So yeah, maybe you're just seeing shit.
I do agree with Dan here with Jamil's comment. It would be a 2-day season for sure if we wanted to implement reward challenges. For sure 2-day. 1 day is just way too much stuff crammed into 1 day. But if we do like a 2-day season, there would be more space to work with that.
That's a good idea. Yeah, rewards are fun.
Your rewards are fun. I will say, coming from someone who did do a 2-day season, it would have to be like a full 2 days, because when we've done 2-day seasons, we would start it like day one would start at like 6-7 p.m. and we would just do like 3 to 4 rounds and then kind of have a break. So unless like maybe like, I don't know, it's a good idea. I'm just trying to think of like how it could realistically be put in unless we change it to literally 2 full days. So it is a good idea. I like it. So I'm just trying to get through all the comments here. Devin says,
I would love to see an auction though, for sure.
First confessional what you say?
I missed the Survivor auction.
Yeah, we did it in my season. Fans versus
OG
favorites. I got the I don't know if Aaron got Adam out with it. I think I still have that somewhere. I was trying to find it last season in one of our breakdowns, and I couldn't find it, and I'm so depressed about that. It was so cool. I took it home with me. They didn't stop me. Sorry. You guys talk for a second.
That's a sweet comment, Devin. Thank you. Humble beginnings.
Yeah, like again, if we would do reward challenges, it would for sure be a 2-day season. These 1-day seasons are more for I think 2-day seasons are more for like returning seasons probably now, and like we'll kind of stick to 1-day seasons for like
Most
probably
seasons.
Not that I know of. I'm just kind of spitballing
Yeah.
here because I don't know what Devin and Christian are planning.
Yeah.
But just kind of like hearsay probably.
I think it also partially depends on location and the amount of players as well.
Yeah.
Like if they're planning like something like I don't know what could be planned for the next couple seasons. I think Devin hinted at one of our past live streams he was considering a couple day one for Second Chance, depending on the Airbnb. But of course, that can change too. That can change to a 1 day thing depending on what happens. It really does depend on what happens, how many players, the location you're filming at, how much time you're allotted. It really does depend. So
it'd be cool to do like an option, but like kind of like a lunchtime kind of. So you do get food rewards, and then you kind of
they give us food in the auction. They gave us food in the auction I was in. They gave it. I think it was a lot of it was just like pizza, like cheese curds and burgers from like Culver's. But like I think there was like a couple of advantages, and we had these little like money thing. It was cool. We did get food and advantages, but I feel like if we did, we would have to tell them there's no advantages up front, so that like because then everyone would just try to bank for the advantages, and no one would take the food. Because that's what my group kind of did.
Keep everything hidden.
That is true. That is true. That's a very good workaround with it. You listening, Jeff Probst? That's a good idea. Are you going to listen to me? No. Jamil asks,
basically,
have you guys ever thought about implementing elements? Oh, he did ask that. Okay, sorry. I thought that was Dan that asked that. That's my bad. Dog and New Blood. Thank you, Devin. That's what it was. Thank you. Dog and New Blood. No Bears and Muskego Dog. Let me call my ex and get him down here, and then I can definitely make that 2 now. Make that 2 now. Great idea, Dan. Especially if you fit an auction in 2 full days. We did see auction. Yeah, I was telling him about that. Spoilers, Richie. Okay, if you're calling this a spoiler, okay, I said something about in a random chat. I was talking to people about Australian Survivor because they mentioned something that happened later in this current season I'm watching for Australian Survivor, Brains versus Brown 1. And I made a joke like, LOL, thanks for spoiling it. And then they got so mad at me saying like, well, that's been out for like 3 to 4 years now. It shouldn't have been spoiled for it. And they got so salty with me. I'm like, it was a joke. Chill, dude. Like, it was jokey. Awesome. Did food rewards too. Yeah. That we did do food in that. Screw it. 39 days season. 39 days, 1 Airbnb, 1 Survivor. Entry fee would be thousands each. Airbnb secured for season 9 for a 2-day season. October 17th to 18th is a plan for now. If it works out, some fun second chance news right there, guys.
There's your confirmation.
Yeah, I'd love it.
Pretty big news.
Every season be longer than 1 day, but locations and pricing and stuff. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I know some places, even like the One World 2 place, despite how small it was, that was like $300 for that entire like location, the outside area we had out for us, if I recall correctly. Like it gets expensive. If money was not an object, I think like 100% we do so many like 2-day seasons, but money is always very fun these days. We're not poor, but we're obviously not like
we're not CBS, Paramount, whatever.
Yeah, we're not like Bill Gates or like, yeah. Thanks for updating the counter, Dan. Airbnb for second chance.
Yeah.
I would assume
that's
the
huge.
Airbnb would be higher, but hey, it's definitely worth it for experience. Yeah, if it's a place I'm thinking of, then I would definitely say it's a fan favorite location. Not gonna say much more than that.
I think that's
6. I knew you were gonna type something like that, Alex. I literally saw you typing, and I heard you. You didn't even bother to mute yourself. All right, sorry, Steib. What were you gonna say?
No, you're good. No, I just think that's fantastic news. Considering the fantastic season 7 New Blood that we helped make, and considering the product that we're airing right now, that we can't spoil, of course, but we think you're gonna love this season as well. And it's just perfect. It's a perfect investment at this moment because we got the ball rolling right now. So yeah, I think season 9's cooking up to be pretty special as well.
Yeah. And right now we don't know much about it, but even when we do, we're not going to tell you anything. You're just going to know what we think when it comes out. So It'd be fun to do like some pregame interviews like live the day of. Like, how fun would that be? 100% Devin. I had a friend pay $500 for a game he did recently. It's for quality. I know there's one, I think in like Bloomington, I think it was, that was like a full week, or it was like 5 days to a week. I think John was telling me about it. John from last season told me about it. It was actually pretty interesting. Hard to adjusting to real life afterwards. Dan, remind me later tonight, Judd from Survivor Guatemala, because I got a funny story to tell you about this topic. So I'm just not gonna say it now because it would take a couple minutes, and I don't want Alex's counter to go up.
Oh, it would.
Wait. Dan says I played a 2-day season. It was really weird going back to work after having Survivor be my entire. Yeah, I definitely, honest to God, that was me in Legends. Like, it definitely felt weird when I went home because it was like 2 days in a row, back to back. And like, even like, and I actually did make the jury that season. So I literally was there like entire day and a half and just, I 100% agree with you with that, Dan. It is definitely like, what do you say?
What a flex. Made the jury.
I'm sorry, did you make a final tribal council? No, I don't think so. Jamil says, like, not saying flying should be super high, but depends if you're flying location. Steib, I see you. Locals can splurge more than someone flying in.
No, I'm pointing at Dan. I'm saying add 1 to the crash out counter.
That's not a crash out counter.
No, that's Jamil's counter. Dan has the host counter.
You can't even.
Oh, my mistake.
We're losing track of counters now.
I remember how to say Jamil's name, and you two can't even remember who's doing each counter. Are you kidding me?
We have too many counters going.
I know.
The numbers are.
I kind of put Jamil's crash out counter.
I think the only one we should keep, the funny one we should keep, is the bear counter. I think that'd be a funny one to keep. Judd, what a guy. Judd in Guatemala. There's a couple stories actually I have about Judd from Guatemala. Text me about it later and I'll tell you both of them because they're actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
The first season we did on film. Oh, yeah. This is actually something cool. I forgot to mention this before. Devin said the first season we did on film in Whitewater. We did it to over 2 to 3 days while school was going on. Mess with my head in classes. I definitely remember hearing that Brienne, the winner of that season, Brienne, apparently was like, ended up talking, I think, strategizing during her classes. I think it was like Brienne who told me this. So like that they were literally strategizing in their classes about it, like how to get by each vote, and it was so cool. It was really cool, interesting hearing about that. Dan says, I have 2 counters. You expect a lot out of me. Dan, you are the man.
And I say we go right to the teaser for episode.
I already said the teaser, remember?
Yeah, I'd like to hear it again, to be honest.
Yeah,
we've had quite a few questions. We might as well hit them with the teaser one more time.
10 seconds for anyone else to put any last minute questions in about anything whatsoever, except the future of the season, because we will not be spoiling that. So Devin says, maybe one day we'll film a live ghost story. I say, yeah, I think we were thinking about that a few years ago. Like, honestly, if we did that, like, if we filmed that right before Second Chance films in October, that'd be really cool. I would love to do that. That'd be really cool, like Halloween thing, like a ghost story. Why is Richie crashing out? LOL. I'm not crashing out. I was about to say, you guys haven't seen crash. I actually have an ability to keep it all in. I do most of this for entertainment for you guys, but you haven't seen me crash out. No one has seen me crash out. I actually can bite my tongue a lot better than you guys think. Even 10. That's not crashing out.
We made it 10. All right. That's what I wanted to see us.
Okay, do you guys really want to see me crash
double digits?
we made it to double digits. All right.
We're definitely on double digit crash out. Yeah, you're gonna make me go that like an actual double digit crash out. Jokes aside. Okay. So I will once again, I will remind people of the little teaser again. I normally don't do this twice, but since we've been going on a while with some fun questions from you guys, I'll say it after I say the next schedule for next week. So tune in next week, Monday, September 1st. I believe that's Labor Day at 6 p.m. for a new episode. See what the big reveal is and what shocks could happen. Then next week, Wednesday, September 3rd, tune in live to see who the next one voted out of the game will be for episode 5 on Wednesday, September 3rd. For Monday's episode, again, the sneak peek for episode 4. As the game gets more chaotic, new discoveries are made, and Tribal Council leaves some in shock. That's the last time I'm saying that this episode. I'm only doing it again because
It's the end. We're
Right.
closing it out. That's why.
Well, I was gonna say I was doing it nice to be nice, you guys, but if that's how you're gonna say it, yeah, we're really glad you guys are loving these. These are so
We
much
love them too.
crashing out about, not about actually crushing. Yeah, honestly, we're really glad you guys are having fun with these like we are. They're super fun. I love seeing other people enjoy this stuff. So,
Here
yeah.
we go.
So tune in next week, Monday, where we will be back again tonight.
Labor Day.
Tonight, outside of our filming location in Wisconsin. I'm Richie Goreski. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Alex, the funny one.
Yeah, you wish.
This is Aleks Steib saying thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. We'll see you Monday, baby. Woo!
Labor Day.
See you guys next week, Monday. Have a great night, everyone.
See you later.